Definitely scaling seemed to be the priority in the LCK, where a lot of the teams internationally like to play that fast, early mid-game strategy that we're currently seeing in G2's lineup.
And what I'm really excited about is I felt like what we're seeing right now is almost what you expected in the LCK finals, with Griffin having this very aggressive style against the slower, more controlled style of SKT. And what SKT did was control it in the final. They prevented Griffin from getting that early game lead. The question is, can they now do the same against the LEC champions of G2?
Yeah, and when you have a look at G2's lineup right now, you have to be so aware of how their side lane is going to play this mid game. They're so good at exerting pressure and trying to tear you apart. I feel like all the time when we see LCK teams get control of the map, set up their plays, they kind of squeeze you out of farm. Well, G2 aren't that kind of team. They fight back against that play style, and they have the perfect comp to do so.
And one of the things that we've talked a lot about in preparation for this MSI group stage is how G2 are a creative team when it comes to decision making, when it comes to implementation and action on the Rift. Ladies and gentlemen, the LECs, G2 Esports, are taking on the LCKs, SK Telecom T1. It is the opening bout, and while there were not massive surprises thrown in the draft, G2 are going to prove what level of play Europe, and more specifically this squad, has on the international stage, because we've already alluded to it. This is where G2 can make or break a name for themselves.
So what I'm going to be looking at in the very early game is what direction the junglers take. Because we talked about how Elise is someone who wants to try today's game.
Well, as it stands, Yanko's going to take away that scuttle. Caps already putting some pressure to the top half of the map. Three members of G2 Esports starting to surround Klid and Khan. Khan is going to be under some threat. Here comes Klid. Manages to get the Tempest and the Cripple. He's going to ward hop away to safety. The Rune Prison comes down. But there's no further follow-up, no summoner spells used either, and crucially, Khan does not get tower dome.
But this should go to show how aware and how intelligent Klid is as a jungler. You recognize, oop, bit of a bat in the bot lane.
There is indeed supports going on to respective AD carries. Perks drop to 200 hit points. Continues to get pushed back as Mata and Teddy step forward.
Able to set up this kind of vision control and keep the Azir safe. You put yourself on that clock.
And very crucial, we saw Mickey on screen. The slide and glide, not going to be able to land the Emperor's Divide Faker. Almost catching Caps, but a well-timed flash means
he's looking for an opportunity to join his team and maybe go for a fight, as we see a bit more trading in bot, but after realizing nothing's happening...
Ooh, nothing at all as Mickey re-engages. Mata forced to flash. 6.5 minutes in, and it has been non-stop trading, blow for blow in multiple lanes. Teddy has already recalled and teleported back to lane. He's sitting on that Sheen. Caulfield's Warhammer for Perks as he gets caught out. Take a look at the minimap. Faker's coming from mid lane. Perks gets first blood onto Mata.
Huge pickup there for G2.
Been left alone for a while.
This is just beautiful map play right now from G2. One of the big... Oh, we see a bit of a play.
And this is what you talked about, Verdi, as Khan steals the ultimate. The Realm Warp gets him out to safety. Such a beautiful hijack, but no MR to speak of, and that's why find an opportunity. That's another huge tool to use in this team fight. Perks takes a big chunk of damage, sticks around. There goes the bomb. Manages to get dodged by the Feather Storm. SKT looking for the re-engage. Abscond Duck, used there onto Wonder. Defensive move away from Caps. The Hourglass goes down. Perks takes out Klid. That's the first for G2. The Cocoon on the back end. That secures the kill into Teddy. Now Faker needs to do it all. He's forced to run away. Uses that cleanse. Still holds onto the flash. It's 2 quick kills for Europe.
G2 find really big kills there, and it looked like that was the moment SKT were waiting for, the small misstep, the small misplay from the side of G2, but they were able to outmaneuver, they were able to outperform, and a lot of it comes off the back of that huge gold lead that they're currently sitting on. They're now making their way towards the Baron, and they're starting it off.
All right, Khan is in range, got flash available to him. Vision denial inside the pit though, this will benefit G2. Taking a look at the minimap, Mata's making his way up. Baron's going very low. This should be G2's, and it's secured by Perks. Baron and an even larger gold lead at 24 minutes on the clock, 7,000 gold, and G2 look fantastic.
And we said they had to fight eventually. Well, they looked for it onto one of the safest members in Perks, gets the ultimate out, only has to use his in response, and now the fight turns back towards G2.
And the biggest thing here was this stopwatch from Caps, because 3 members had committed onto him, thinking that they could just secure that kill, but then he buys so much time for the rest of the G2 members to then...
Whilst Korea wasn't able to regain any Chlora topside.
All right, Caps is in a little bit of trouble here. No flash available. That is an easy kill picked up by SKT. And listen to Hanoi. That's a lot of SKT fans in the audience. While that's going on, though, G2 are now looking for the engage. The quickness goes forward. Click forced to move defensively. The Hourglass used by Khan. He buys some time. Steals the Featherstorm. Buys a few extra seconds. But it's simply not enough. Here comes Faker with the Emperor's Divide. Going golden is G2 Esports. A second kill from the fight. Now the Roars in return as G2 can turn the pressure back around.
Just as I was about to criticize G2 for their first big mistake of the game, they immediately turned it around. As SKT, they thought they were confident enough to go for this red buff, but you gotta respect Perks. Level 16 on the Xayah. No one can approach him. He melts through the SKT lineup, and now they break the base.
The base is open wide. The inhibitor will fall shortly. 15 seconds for Khan.
Are they going for it?
For Faker. G2 Esports are teleporting into the base. They're looking for the Nexus turrets with the Baron empowered minions. Nexus turret number 1 falls. Nexus turret number 2 is being focused. That's Mata down. Teddy flashes away. That's not over yet. The Nexus turret falls. Ladies and gentlemen watching MSI, do EU believe? G2 obliterate SKT.
That was one of the cleanest G2 games that European fans will have seen. A one-sided dominant performance. Perfect execution. Only 1 or 2 mistakes the whole game, and SKT, they had no answers.
Welcome back to the international stage, SK Telecom T1. Europe's G2 Esports take SKT down in one of the most dominating fashions possible, with a team composition that did not have something pulled out of the wacky playbook. That was as standard as you're gonna get.
And it's members of the bottom lane standing up in Perks, in Mickey, you know, the area we thought would come under scrutiny. And then all of the strengths that we had seen, the top side of the map, that macro play, just turned the lights out, and SKT looked confused. That game was over so quickly.
100% kill participation for Mickey. The support that so many fans were concerned, would he be able to show up at the day?